Hello and welcome to Only Connect, where I've been to hospital 8 times in the past year. I consume 79 units of alcohol per week. I'm seeing a dermatologist about some unexplained body hair, and I was born on the 4th of May, 1955. Oh, I think my notes for introductory remarks got mixed up with that form I had to fill in for the production insurance. Don't broadcast any of that. Quizzing tonight are, on my right, Brian Shaw, a keen video gamer who enjoys holidaying in former Soviet territories. Thomas de Bock, an engineering student who has shared a stage with the former Belgian Prime Minister. And their captain, Stanley Wang, a piano player who was once impaled on a fence. United by a fetish for Ferrari, they are the Motorheads. Stanley, you lost your opening heat in a tie-break against the Time Ladies, but then you beat the cartoonists to stay in the competition. What are your feelings about the Only Connect experience so far?
Well, we've thoroughly enjoyed the Only Connect experience so far, but I feel like the 2 very stressful games that we've been in have aged us prematurely.
Oh dear, you'll be over 100 by the end of the show. The Queen is planning a telegram as we speak. Your opponents tonight are, on my left, Martel Reynolds, a former volunteer at Shakespeare's Globe Theatre who's been injured by multiple Australian animals. Kiwi Tokoeka, a board game enthusiast who enjoys folk dancing with swords. And their captain, Ronnie Jackson, an economics graduate who collects Christmas jumpers and wears them all year round, except at Christmas. United by a love of live-action role-play, they are the LARPers. Now, Ronnie, you beat the Durhamites in your opening heat, but then you lost to the Poptimists. What's been your highlight of the journey so far?
I think probably just answering our first question, getting our first points and proving we're here because we're meant to be here rather than a horrible production mistake.
There are so many horrible production mistakes, but they're mostly down to me, and you're not one of them. Well done for being still in the competition, but tonight somebody's got to go home. Who will it be? Let's find out by playing a quiz. LARPers, you won the toss, but you've decided to put your opponents in first. So, Motorheads, please choose a hieroglyph.
Twisted flax, please.
The twisted flax. What is the connection between these apparently random clues? Here's the first.
Ambassadors. That was in the National Gallery, but...
Yeah, it's got, like, false perspective. It's the one with the weird skull.
Should we go with another one? Yeah. Next, please.
Alexander McQueen's scarf.
I don't know if there's anything special about that scarf.
I don't know.
Should we go with another one?
Yeah.
Next, please.
Why is it a substance?
Skull? Skull and crossbones?
Well, there's a skull in the Ambassadors.
Yeah.
Skulls. Yeah. Skulls.
Is the right answer. You didn't need to see the last clue, Yorick scene. Talk me through what we're looking at.
Well, we have the skull and crossbones is a symbol of a poisonous substance. I think there's a skull on the table or the floor in the painting Ambassadors.
Yeah, it's a stretched out, false perspective skull.
That's it, it's distorted, but if you look at the painting from the right, it's corrected, a sort of comment on mortality.
Yorick is from Hamlet, of course.
Yeah,
exactly so.
We're not sure on the scarf.
Alas, poor Yorick. Or...
Alexander McQueen's scarf, yes, the skull print is one of his. And the Yorick scene, how is that connected to the Polish composer Andrzej Tchaikovsky?
Didn't he donated his skull to one of the productions, didn't he?
That's exactly right. So it's not that composer Tchaikovsky, it's a different composer Tchaikovsky, more recent one, who donated his body to medical science, but he said the skull had to be offered to the Royal Shakespeare Company, and it was actually used by David Tennant when he played Hamlet. Very well done. Skulls is correct. LARPers, what would you like?
Can we have the Horned Viper, please?
Yes, you can. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Battle that took place.
Next, please. Liverpool, 1998. Accident was it?
Long time past.
Next, please. Scotland and Ireland. Was that due the dates of the Civil War at all? I'm wondering if this is the dates that somehow changed ownership. Oh, possibly it's Rafa Benitez 98. It might have been taken over by Spaniards. Or more Spaniards. Last one, please. Okay, I've got based on the UK Green Party, these are things that have had sort of co-leaders.
All things with joint leaders. Very well done. Can you tell me anything about the other clues?
The UK Green Party's Caroline Lucas, and I can't remember her.
It's Jonathan Bartley, the spokesman on work and pensions.
I I should know a bit more about Liverpool Football Club. They simply had 2 managers in those years.
Yes, Gerard Houllier and Roy Evans were sort of co-managers. Didn't really work out, and Houllier became the sole manager, but they were the joint leaders in 1998. England, Scotland, Ireland, well, that's William and Mary from the House of Orange.
Yeah, no,
They led those. And the Alamo, David Crockett, was one of 3 leaders of that resistance in 1836. Well done. Motorheads, what would you like?
Water, please.
Water. Cheers from your opponents as you get the music question. What connects these clues? First one coming in now.
Next, please.
This is 60s.
No. Next, please. Next, please.
Always in control, you know what I'm saying?
I'll just say that. That's
2 seconds.
We're going to say dance is in the titles involved.
Dance is not in the titles of any of them, I'm afraid. So, LARPers, you've got the chance for bonus.
Based on me possibly mishearing some of the lyrics, rodents.
What do you think you heard?
Mouse in one of them, but I could be entirely wrong.
I mean, rodent isn't in any of the titles, although baby is in all the titles, so perhaps bush baby, I suppose. We heard the stylistic Sing Baby Sing, the New Beats Run Baby Run, Ash Burn Baby Burn, and K7 Come Baby Come. So it's baby surrounded by repeated instructions. So you don't get the bonus LARPers, but you may choose a question. What would you like?
The Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. OK. These are going to be picture clues. What connects them? Here's the first.
Could be anything. Next, please. Oh, hold on, they're internet terms. You do all of these involving Internet Explorer. You can bookmark a page, you have copies.
Yeah, internet browser terms.
I'm going to phrase this terribly, but sort of internet browser terms. You can bookmark pages to save them for later, and cookies are the things that I think remember passwords for you.
It's internet terminology. Simple as that. You didn't need to see the next 2 clues. What are they?
Troll and spam.
Delicious spam. Do you know where that term comes from, spam, for the internet?
No, I mean, is it not?
It's the Monty Python sketch, isn't it?
So they say. It's the Monty Python sketch where a customer tries to order something in a restaurant that doesn't contain spam, and the Vikings sing spam, spam. And the idea is because spam is repeated and annoying and you can't stop it coming. That's where that term apparently comes from. Well done. All internet terminology. Back to you, Motorheads, for a choice.
2 reads, please.
2 reads. OK, what connects these clues? Here's the first.
Next, please. Gallifrey. Gallifrey is the Doctor Who planet.
Could that be an episode?
I don't know. It could be. Should we go with another one? Yeah, it could be. Should we go with another one? Next, please. Nearby signal.
When it was formed, how it was formed.
Yeah, it could be how it was formed.
Yeah,
Do you want to go for it?
Yeah.
We think these are how these planets were formed.
I'm afraid that's not the answer, so I'm going to show the last clue to the LARPers for a possible bonus.
These are how the planets were actually destroyed.
It's how the planets were destroyed. Where might we find those planets?
Alderaan is from Star Wars, destroyed by the Death Star. Krypton is Superman's home planet. Gallifrey is Doctor Who. And Thundera, is it Thundercats?
It is Thundercats. And the reason for the apparently, according to the question setters, is the issue of whether or not the Doctor destroyed Gallifrey with the moment is labyrinthine. I don't doubt it. Planets and the ways that they were destroyed. Well done for the bonus point, and you get the last question of the round, the lion question. What connects these clues? Here's the first.
That's the left-hand side. Is it a red line?
Next, please. Blessing gods.
Oh, this has got to be a word question.
Next one, please.
Sign ports. What were the first 4 letters of signal? Sign.
Yeah.
Sign was portents. I
I'm thinking they have... last one, please. They have melted images in one, by the way.
2 seconds.
I'm going to give this one to Kiwi again.
Okay, so myth and ledge. If you attach,
You put end at the end of them, and you put end at the end of the second word, and they become the first word. You append something to attach. A myth is a legend. A blessing is a godsend.
All right, I will give it to you, but I can't let you do that again this game. My few bars, I need to hear an answer. But you are correct. Signal, portend, blessing, God send, attach, append, myth, ledge, end. You add end to make something that's a synonym for the first word. Well done. That means at the end of round 1, the Motorheads have 2 points, the LARPers have 6. On to round 2, the sequences round, where the teams may see a maximum of 3 clues before telling me what comes fourth. Motorheads, you'll be going first again. What would you like?
Lion, please.
Lion. OK, what would come fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Islands, it could be anything. We need to go with another one. Next. Ion.
That's an ion.
Yeah. The first person singular.
Coming in after 2 clues, you get 3 points. Very well done. What is this sequence?
The Hebridean island is Iona, and then an electrically charged atom is an ion.
So what might have been at clue 3?
Moon of Jupiter.
In a most Galilean moon, we went with Io, and then something that represents I. For example, the first person singular pronoun, which is exactly what you said yourselves. What does Io look like, according to NASA?
It's very volcanic, so it's got loads of volcanoes and surrounded with smoke, I assume.
That's exactly right, although NASA put it more poetically. It looks like a giant pizza covered with melted cheese and splotches of tomato and ripe olives. I'm so hungry. Very well done. LARPers, what would you like?
Can we have 2 aids, please?
I don't see why not. What would come fourth in this picture sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please. Next one, please. I want to say Huey Lewis, but I'm not focused.
So it's Lauren or Stan.
Is Laura listening for something, or is Laura a word for something?
It's a sequence.
A picture of a holly wreath.
And why would that be?
Honestly, no earthly idea.
I'm afraid you've not persuaded me that you've got a sequence. So, Motorheads, you've got the chance for bonus now.
Bobby Charlton.
Not Bobby Charlton. Are you recognising Jack Charlton at clue 1?
Jack Charlton and Roy Orbison there.
It is, yes. Who did you say?
I think I said Huey Lewis.
Yes, Huey Lewis. It's not Huey Lewis. Roy Orbison. And the middle one...
Is it Stan Laurel?
Yes, it is. So, Jack, Stan, Roy. Let's have a look at the fourth picture, see if you recognise this person. Why would you? It's Gus Grissom. Jack, Stan, Roy, Gus. Is this ringing any bells? It is the song 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover.
Oh.
You just slip out the back, Jack, make a new plan, Stan, don't need to be coy, Roy, and the next name mentioned, hop on the bus, Gus. 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. So no bonus for you, Motorheads, but what question would you like for yourselves?
Can we have the Eye of Horus, please?
Yes, you can. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Any bells? Next, please.
Take this something.
Yeah. Next, please. Daddy's beer.
Daddy's. It's gonna be all of something.
Yeah, it'll be all of some other. I mean, like, is it talking about like it's like these are acidic, aren't they? But I don't know. So which way direction are we going? I don't know. I mean, yeah.
3 seconds.
I would try that. Yeah. We'll say all the water.
Is the right answer. You've got no idea why, have you?
We have no idea whatsoever.
I'm going to read you a quote. All the sandwiches, all the buns, all the biscuits, all the cake, all the milk in the milk jug, all the tea in the teapot, all the supper, all the food in the fridge, all the packets and tins in the cupboard, drank all the milk, all the orange juice, all Daddy's beer, all the water in the tap. I'm so hungry. It's
very hungry caterpillar?
It's the tiger who came to tea.
Okay.
The tiger who came to tea in Judith Kerr's children's classic, and it ate all of these things, the milk, the orange juice, all Daddy's beer. Well, Mummy said it was Daddy's beer, and then it drank all the water in the tap. Well done for some accidental points. Back to you, LARPers, for a choice.
Twisted flags, please.
The twisted flags. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next. BC. It's not supposed to be prime numbers, but one isn't counted as a problem, is it? And next one, please.
Hang on, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's the Fibonacci sequence. Okay, so EH13 is M. EH M. M for Mike.
You're definitely thinking EHM.
5, 8, 13.
EHM.
Good work from you there, Martel. What's going on in this sequence?
It is the Fibonacci sequence represented by the letters of the alphabet. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, 3, 5, 8, and the final one, 5, 8, 13.
That's exactly right. And anyone who doesn't know what the Fibonacci sequence is, you're clearly watching Only Connect for the first time. But it's when you add up the numbers to make the third. So 1 + 2 = 3, 2 + 3 = 5. And in this case, we've replaced the numbers with the letters to make a Fibonacci alphabet. Very well done. Back to you, Motorheads, for a choice.
The Horned Viper, please.
The Horned Viper. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Do we know the groups? No, not yet. No. Next, please.
These are taps. Doesn't matter. I still don't know.
Yeah. Next, please.
George Kaufman. I don't know if this is ringing any bells. Wait, no. It's MP in Manchester who died and he was replaced. Oh, I don't know who went that seat. If these have been... I think would there have been people who died in forced by-election? So
Do we have a name? Good thing you go for it. Joe Cox?
Not the answer, I'm afraid. LARPers, would you like to have a go for a bonus point?
David Hockney.
Oh, no. Why do you say David Hockney?
I mean, again, plucking it out of the ether and hoping it was right.
You were a lot closer because they are politicians, but specifically fathers of the House. So the politician is now understood to be the longest-sitting male MP, and the next after Gerald Corfin will be Ken Clarke, would be the next father of the House. He became father of the House in 2017.
OK.
One question remains, LARPers. It's the water question. That's for you. So what would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
4th junior police officer. Next, please.
Constable.
Educators and policeman teacher.
Constable. Teacher.
Next, please. Doctor, teacher, constable, policeman, nurse. What are these? I apologise. Maybe first firefighter, but I couldn't say why.
Is it a rhyme or it's not Tucker Taylor songs by Bass?
Okay, we're going to take another blind stab. First, description of a firefighter.
Not it, I'm afraid. Would you like to have a go for a bonus, Motorheads?
OK, we'll say first soldier.
Is an acceptable answer. We went with Army NCO. I suspect that once again you don't know why.
I mean, I don't know. I was thinking kind of things that politicians talk about all the time. Is important to fund, you know, fund it.
I mean, in a way, yes. You're all taking this question tremendously seriously. These words do stand for, as you said over there, constable, teacher, nurse, and we were looking for something that means sergeant. They're simply carry-on films. Carry on sergeant, carry on nurse, carry on teacher, carry on constable. But given that a sergeant is a sort of soldier, I'm going to give you the point. Well done. That means at the end of round 2, the LARPers have 8 points, the Motorheads have 8 points. Time for the connecting wall now, and LARPers, you'll be going first this time, so please choose lion or water.
Can we have water, please?
Yes, you can. You have 2.5 minutes to solve the water wall, starting now.
Stout.
Portly.
Possibly.
You've also got stout.
Anchor and
stout corpulent and plump as well.
Okay, but
stout or
fellow, reader, bursar and porter are university jobs.
Okay, stout, bitter, bog, and mead as well are alcoholic, but bear, just bear that in
And
mind.
mild, surely.
Oh, that's true. That was. Do you want to go with
go
that?
it.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
One second. What are you doing? Any other ones that say? Right. Okay. So you think
3 lives now, plenty of time.
And who are the others? Meade, Grant, Sherman, and Beauregard. Are they generals?
Grant, Ulysses S. Grant, Sherman, Keynes. I'm thinking possibly U.S. military figures.
I think it is. I can't think of a general called Beauregard, but it's Jeff Sessions' middle name.
Good question.
Jefferson Beauregard
Is it
III.
Meade or Block?
I think it's
I think Bok because
Meade is not spelled like that.
Yeah, Meade not spelled like that.
You've solved the wall. Very well done. That was quick work. Did you solve the walls that quickly in your earlier games?
This is the best we've done by far.
Well, fantastic. Do you know the connections, though, or is it a mistake, like your opponents got a few accidental points earlier? Let's find out. Tell me about the first group. Fellow, bursar, reader, porter.
They are people you might find at a university.
University professions, that's right. And the next group. Plump, fubsy, portly, corpulent.
They're all synonyms for fat, slightly nicer ways to say fat about people.
Is it nice at fubsy? Apparently means fat and squat. A late 18th century term from dialect fubs, small fat person, perhaps a blend of fat and chub.
Wow.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, standing here while you shouted portly, plump, it was like being back at school, except, of course, bitter would have been in the group as well. And the next group, stout, bock, bitter, mild.
I think these are sort of types of beer.
Or beers. Which is the nicest?
No comment, they're all delicious.
What about the last group? Meade, Grant, Sherman, Beauregard.
I think I want to go with US military figures personally.
We think they're American generals.
It's just Civil War generals.
Yeah. Okay.
American generals in the Civil War. But you found all 4 groups and all 4 connections. I can give you a bonus for getting everything right. That is the maximum of 10 points. Very well done. Let's bring in their opponents now and give them the other wall, the lion wall, and see how they get on with solving it. Motorheads, you have 2.5 minutes to solve your wall, starting now.
Sticks. Skirt.
Sirloin.
There's Angus as well.
Angus as well.
So
Porterhouse.
Oh,
There's
okay.
quite a few. So kilt, skirt.
They're just like.
Sarong is a dress as well. What else?
And,
some of these words I don't
That's what I mean.
Dirty, yeah.
Fustanella.
No, it could be, yeah. We can try.
I didn't actually know about dirty.
Okay, what else do we know?
I mean, I will try some of these.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so it's got rid of. It's not
What-
really
what-
any steaks,
skirt,
actually.
skirt.
Skirt could be a steak. Is it?
Could be.
Bertie, Porterhouse.
Some of these sound like nicknames.
Yeah, Bertie.
Like Bertie, T-Bone, like Angus.
Should we try the steaks?
Yeah, Porterhouse.
A few of them, I suppose. Yeah.
Rump steak as well.
Skirt Mitchell will be a steak.
Tugboat.
I feel like.
I'd say leave skirt in and try to do things.
I think sirloin has to be because it's. I don't think it's anyone up. It's anything.
Look at the others, yeah.
Yeah.
Algae. Skirt.
I think there's
Bertie,
has to be nicknames.
Ginger.
T-bone.
T-bone and tug.
Angus maybe. I think Angus is one of the ones that
Yeah.
might not be a mistake.
Yeah. Porterhouse, sirloin, T-bone. Yeah. Okay. What else do we have? These feel like nicknames or
Some
something.
words hidden within some of them.
Port. Port, mead. Rum.
Gin.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
3
skirt,
lives and 10 seconds.
Sirloin, Angus.
T-bone.
Bertie steak, maybe?
No idea. Picanha.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. You've had your 3 lives and the wall has frozen. But you found 2 groups. What about the connections? Kilt, doty, and so on?
Traditional dresses.
That's right, dresses or skirts. The fustanella is a sort of stiff white kilt. And the green group, meadow, rump, ginger, porterhouse.
I think contained in them are drinks.
There's alcoholic drinks at the beginning of them. Yeah, you just spotted that late in the game there. Well done. And you can get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find. So let's resolve the wall. Sirloin, skirt, T-bone, picanha.
I think those are the steaks.
Those are the steaks. Yes, a picanha is a Brazilian cut using the top sirloin cap. Have you actually heard of that as steak?
Never.
No,
Never.
The other three, yeah.
It seemed like every single thing in that wall was a steak, apart from that one. And what about the last group? Algie, Tug, Bertie, Angus.
Seem like nicknames.
Are they nicknames of English kings?
They are not. Now, this is something you just know it or you don't. They are characters from Biggles. Biggles stories. But you found 2 groups and you gave me 3 connections. That is a total of 5 points. Let's have a look at the scores as we go into the final round. The Motorheads have 13 points, the LARPers have 18. You've got a bit of catching up to do, Motorheads, but that can certainly be done in the missing vowels round, where points can be lost as well as won. Fingers on buzzer, teams. I can tell you that the first group are all phrases where Christmas has been replaced with Easter. Motorheads?
Easter cracker.
Correct. LARPers?
Father Easter.
Yes. Motorheads?
All I want for Easter is you.
Well done. Motorheads?
Easter Island.
Correct. Next category, words which roughly mean tirelessness. LARPers?
Persistence.
Correct. LARPers?
Determination.
That's right. LARPers?
Indefatigability.
Well done. LARPers?
Vigour.
Correct. Next category, they all appear on a $1 bill. Motorheads?
George Washington.
Correct. Motorheads? Too long, I'm afraid, LARPers, do you know?
13 arrows.
Correct, that's in the Great Seal. Motorheads?
Pluribus unum.
Correct. LARPers?
Pyramid.
Yes, it does. Next category, artists and their art form. Motorheads?
Gormley and sculpture.
Correct. That next clue, Delacroix and painting. But it's the end of the quiz, and looking at the final scores, after some sterling work and a great effort in round 4, the Motorheads finish with 18 points. But the winners with 25 are the LARPers. Well done, LARPers. You are through to the next stage of the competition. Motorheads, sadly, we have to say goodbye. Thanks so much for playing. You've been a really good team, and it was lovely to meet you. Thank you for watching. And sorry I drifted off a bit during the missing vowels round. I was just thinking, Only Connect, it's about connecting apparently random clues, but it's about more than that, isn't it? It's about connectivity in a bigger way, really. It's about friendships, relationship, network, inclusivity, really. And I was thinking, if we could spread this message of connectivity in a bigger way, we could make the world a better place. And then I started thinking, is this the sort of thing that David Icke started thinking during Grandstand that time? Am I starting to imagine I'm some sort of messiah? Am I some sort of messiah? And then the buzzer went, goodbye.